For a number of years now, there's been one haunting in Indiana that has been petitioning to place itself at the top of the most evil in the state. And that location is Willows Weep. With a loose history of traumatic events entwined with the ghost lore of this location, what events of Willows Weep's past connects the paranormal claims of its visitors? And does it even matter? Please note, most responses are heard upon review and not in real time. Changes in the video's filter visually mark the replies that were the most significant. Those various audio responses have been enhanced, repeated, and sometimes slowed down. As always, we do not offer this video as irrefutable evidence of the paranormal, nor do we claim our annotations are 100% conclusive. All we're asking is that you please approach the data presented here with a curious mind, and that you wear damn headphones. August 26, 2017, at a meet and greet hosted at Willows Weep, I had the opportunity to conduct a few ITC experiments inside the home, where I was joined by Mike Caldwell, J.S. Robinson, Brad Ferris, and a few others. These are some of the highlights from my visit. The first box I used was the Andy's Ghost Box, the PRD 1000. There are those out there who do not believe in the potential of ITC when it comes to ghost box work. Two things. First off, any captures presented as paranormal evidence are subjective to our own bias, and regardless of your approach, whether it be EVP work, which is umbrellaed under ITC, spirit photography, video, psychic mediums, various meters, spirit boxes, or what have you, can be dismissed on many levels because even if we can't explain the capture or event away, nothing we do holds water as conclusive evidence of the strange and unknown. But from a variety of experiences, we all know anomalous things can present themselves in unexplainable ways, regardless of our approach. Unfortunately, we as flawed individuals are left to interpret them. So even though there is no real evidence, our data can record weirdness and strange moments. Yes, not evidence, but weirdness. Anything we accept as validation of the paranormal is faith-based at best. So anyone who tells you that a particular method or approach does or doesn't work, or leaves no wiggle room for possibilities regarding your experiment being influenced by paranormal means, they're selling their version of this odd-ass religion, if you will. Like some televangelist trying to undermine the potential of spirit communication and manipulation. They're being short-sighted. And they're probably perplexed and frustrated about why spirits have shown little desire to communicate with them in the first place. More than likely, people who dismiss spirit boxes completely are the same ones who will duck for cover every time a Ouija board's brought out. Cynics have no place in the paranormal.
Can you say the name of this house again? What do you need help with? We're out?
We tricked them. Once again, another response that feeds into my growing feeling on how location matters less and less with the spirit world. If you've been following my work for any length of time, I've noted multiple responses like this that lead me to believe that some responses were not meant to hear, and that these entities play into whatever narrative we've crafted for these locations. While their motives are unknown, they are definitely smug in the way they'll manipulate things to hold our attention.
Did you say stay here? I asked earlier, I said, do you care if I move in this house? And I asked what room I could sleep in. Which room did you say I could stay in? Hate you? Maybe?
Think you're asleep. Now they're mad again.
How many kids did you have? Can you speak to that device? Who's here from the Emmett house? Avery.
The Emmett House box is a beast of its own, crafted of the beams from a haunted location. Not to say it's a haunted object, but it's definitely shown itself to be a beacon to the past energies of its former location that was tragically lost in a fire. So whenever I use this device, I'll always test it to ask about anyone who wishes to come through from the Emmett House itself. Avery is a name that is a consistent response.
Yep. Who is the woman that was talking to us? Is this your house?
Here's part of ITC that terrifies and fascinates me. We get this response of, guess who's dying? And then there's a pause. Then the ghost box gives a name. Not only did one come through, but it was the name of someone who was there that day at Willows Weep and was soon after diagnosed with a very serious medical condition. Out of respect for them and what they're currently going through, I'm cutting out that response, and we wish them well and for a full recovery. But as for making a case for the validity of ghost boxes, this is one of those moments that definitely makes you really wonder ultimately what we tap into when we set our frequencies of our intentions to open up to these energies and what they truly know versus what they choose to share.
How did you die? Did it just say kill? That's a kill. Gunshot.
Yeah.
Always like gunshots.
Totally did.
Totally did.
Were those gunshots?
What's all over that chair?
So does that speak to the radio station? Okay. Cuffs sticking out. Bullshit.
It's kind of interesting the moments it's been quiet, like nothing's coming through too.
I quit.
What happened in that chair?
Can I sit in that chair? Yes, it wouldn't.
Just to demonstrate that you're here with us, tell me what this means. What does this mean? What's the other word? Or just say the bird.
I heard it. Female voice.
What was the name of the gentleman that committed suicide in that chair?
Historical fact. In 2009, a man named Curtis died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Not that he specifically killed himself in that chair, but the event sadly happened.
Does that make you mad that box is in that chair?
It does.
All right, thanks for communicating with us.
Thank you. Thanks.
Say goodbye. 1. After 1. 2. That's 3. Goodbye.
I heard it good. Yeah, I heard it too, yeah.
That's just a crazy little box though, man.
This video was not produced with the intention of proving or disproving whether Willows Weep is haunted. Plenty of people have come forward with personal validations to substantiate something is strange about that house. I mean, in the short period of time I was there were a few moments I recognized a palpable energy in that environment. Nor is this video's purpose meant to highlight some of the historical inaccuracies that may not perfectly align with the ghost lore surrounding Willows Weep. That's a common issue with loads of sites. It's difficult to piece together a concise historical account from old records. And from my research into paranormal phenomena, I don't know which weighs more, the accurate history or the haunted folklore of a location. Or simpler yet, maybe location doesn't matter as much as our thoughts do. That's the assertion I'm making with this video. Think about it. If these energies we call spirits that we try to communicate with are always around us, as some people say, it would stand to reason that we should be able to tap into them regardless of where we are, right? So regarding our proximity, if our brains are like TVs, maybe in locations where sad or bad things have transpired and we receive more haunted replies in our investigations, it's because that's the channel our brains are tuned into at that time. Like switching from Disney to sci-fi. And maybe what we perceive as haunted locations are just bait to lure us closer to darker energies, and these energies prey upon our vulnerabilities by facilitating hauntings and the expectation that the ghost lore brings. And they convince us to interact with them and to keep coming back to them because our intentions feed them or gratify whatever game they play. So many possibilities. So many questions we're unable to answer. I definitely don't have any answers. Just ideas I like to beat up. Until next time, keep on your path of seeking your own personal truth.